Hello and welcome to another episode of today's Dadcast. It's low-tech health. Wait, it's a really tight frame here. Today is Meatless, Eatless Mental Mushroom Mondays and another episode of low-tech health. Let ourselves translate expert knowledge. Excuse my hair. I usually keep it covered. I was starry night last night. Worked Halloween, and it turned out fine. Because superstitions ain't real. But you know what is real? People's belief. And we have a dramatic belief about days. And I want to talk about weekend warriors for one. This week we're going to discuss wellness, general wellness, and the state of people's just general wellness, not in the hospital, just all the time. Weekend warriors, for those who don't know, are people who are teetotalers on the weekdays, which means they don't drink, they don't smoke. What do they do but work? They just work, eat, sleep, and then it's okay. That's my maid. Just kidding. If you're my maid, I'm your chauffeur. I like that. Delegation. Anyways. Weekend warriors are totally straight and sober on the weekdays, and then the weekend comes and they drink and they drink and they drink and they get super de-duper sick. Maybe they go to church on Sunday. Hopefully they do, but sometimes they continue to drink through the weekend. And I say maybe they go to church because they just don't let people drink in church. It's nice. We haven't gone that far. They don't allow people just to. Shit, I bet people do. I'm sure there are flask drinkers in church. Someone close to us told us about how he wakes up, or used to wake up, with 6 shots of whiskey starting his day. And he's now sober. He made it. He's back with us. But that, 6 shots of whiskey would ruin me on a good night when I've been drinking and getting my tolerance up. Drink beers, but man, that's a crazy level of tolerance and a general illness that people take for granted. But the weekend warriors, they do it right, or they so would have you believe, because they're sober by Monday morning to go to work. But there are some studies I just saw recently that show impaired driving and people that are hungover, because as we all know, we don't get the best sleep when we're drinking, and we want to keep drinking. If we're drinking in a group that's drinking, we just drink, and it's not a stopping point if there's enough alcohol, and you just keep going until you can't. And if you get your tolerance up to 6 shots in the morning, you could drink till the sun comes up. So they try to cut it close, like 3-4 hours of sleep, and then they get up and they drive, and like blood alcohol content level is, it may be legal, or they could blow legal on the breathalyzer, but like an actual blood alcohol content is 0.05 to maybe 0.08, like the actual legal limit. And you're just not sober, not really well, because alcohol erodes all your energizers, and it may get you super loose and feeling like you're energized because you're able to sort of silence some things, but it doesn't help the wheels turn. So what I really want to talk about is people's expectations of hospitalization. When you go to the hospital, particularly ICU or critical care admissions, your likelihood of, ouch, ripped off a band-aid, it hurt, but you got to do it. Your likelihood of leaving well depends on how well you were when you came. And that's not something nurses, doctors, anybody can do anything about, except all of us. Because if it's, old adage goes, if it's nobody's fault, it's everybody's fault. So we got to wake up. We got to talk to each other. We got to be literate about our health, because there are repercussions. And the hospital doesn't have good enough bandaids to save your life if you've already been working towards dying. And if you're not working towards living, you're working towards dying. We'll talk about that more on tomorrow's episode of Low Tech Health. Let ourselves translate expert knowledge. We'll go over activities of daily living and how life support doesn't allow those and will not if you are sustained on life support. And that's what it is. It's not given life. You're just sustained at that level of transhuman. Weekend at Bernie's was a fun movie. Love you guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Let's talk tickers and Taco Tuesdays.